I know. The title is crazy. The title is crazy, but I do want to know women's, specifically black women's perspective. I want to know why they do the things that they do and why they think the way that they think. Give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. All right, my bad, y'all. I just want to know the perspective on women that do date, because I'm not gonna hold you. I be on TikTok Spaces, right? And what grinds my fucking gears, not saying that she does this, what grinds my fucking gears is how there are some black women that will be in full-blown relationships with white men and then speak on black men. And then not only do they speak on black men and the aspect of interpersonal violence, domestic violence, and all of that, not saying that it's not true, but you speak on it from hating outside the club that you don't even want to get in. I just can't understand that. So it's like, if you are with your white man, keep those stats that you got with your kind, with the kind that you choose to keep. That's all I'm saying. That's my only issue. That's what really grinds my gears with that. Now, I want to hear hers because it's like, she had some points in the first beginning that she was talking about that kind of like made me think of why she made this video.
Proximity to whiteness can genuinely change your perception of yourself. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. It contradicts who I am. That's the problem when you're in an interracial relationship. You're not sure why that person is there. Do they have a fetish? We ended up becoming like besties, like BFF for life, la la la. I did like him and wanted to be his girlfriend, whatever, but that just never happened because this might not be because he was white necessarily. Yeah, here's what they don't tell you about dating a white boy. I don't ever talk about this on the internet because this is not something that you want to share, really. I mean, it's not cool to, this whole thing started when I was in middle school. I went to a predominantly white school. I was not the beauty standard, right? Like, women like me were not the beauty standard.
I was gonna say, like, she said that she wasn't the beauty standard. I'm like, what you talk about, girl?
I was not the beauty standard.
What you talk about, girl? I would date your little cute ass, dirty ass. Why what you talking about, girl?
Right.
But
like,
she probably was in a like predominantly white school too. Like she was a nerd. I definitely would have dated a nerd back in the day.
Women like me were not the beauty standard.
But let's just keep it a buck, fellas. I was definitely into the thicker kind, the school, the cool girls. I actually liked badasses. I ain't even gonna hold you. I dated a whole, like, this is a little bit about me. I dated a whole fucking blood. Hello? Did you hear me correctly? A lady blood. What the fuck is wrong with me? This Poindexter ass nigga. My first was a lady blood, and she fucked the shit out of me. She told me that she took my virginity card too, just specifically because I had a V card. Really fucked up shit. Really, really fucked up shit. Women can be really cruel. Women can be really fucking cruel. But again, choose better.
About this person because it's gay. Oh, if you say your feelings, it's gay. But then the other thing that would happen was if you had a real bond with a person of the opposite sex, people would just assume you were dating. So I did like him. I did like him and wanted to be his girlfriend, whatever. But that just never happened because A, I would never confess because I knew he liked other people. He told me he liked other people. And B, I would rather be
Well, there you fucking go. We could just end the video right there, can't we, Cody?
Someone's friend and be friend zoned at that point than like actually confess. Because I knew they were never gonna choose, like I was gonna be rejected because I was a black girl in a white school. Anyway, so we ended up having some falling out that was like a huge misunderstanding. It was not.
I like her earrings. I'm not gonna hold you. It's different. I know, that's the Aquarius in me. I'm sorry. I like the different shit. I like different. I like polar fucking opposite of what you're supposed to like. It's different. She got a ring inside of her gauge ring. She has the fucking, I'm not really a fan of the nose shit, but it's there. And the lip shit is there. But I like her earrings. Her earrings, it gives me like almost like an anime vibe. Like I can draw her right now and give her an anime aesthetic because of the vibe that she's pulling off. It's almost reminding me of almost like Cowboy Bebop. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Her face is reminding me of like a character inside Cowboy Bebop. But we ended up
we stopped talking, and that shit like really affected me. Like that shit like is something I was obsessed with for a long time. Like I couldn't get closure, and I kept hoping that we were gonna be friends again. I like would remember his birthday every year. I'd like send him anonymous stuff. I would try to tell other people to talk to him for me.
Puppy love.
Because I just couldn't approach him. Like I just didn't know how to approach him because it was awkward and I didn't know what to do. So I was just like, fuck, like this sucks. But anyway, long story short, high school happens. High school was even more white than middle school. So it was just even more of the same. Like I became a lesbian. I just mainly looked at at girls because high school was even more white than middle school. A lesbian.
That's crazy.
I
She
just
became a
mainly looked at
lesbian.
girls because I was like, white men are never gonna like me. Like that's just never gonna happen. The white
Wow.
men that did reach out were like, you know, the redneck type.
She became a lesbian because of women. I mean, because of men not seeing her. And I wonder if that happens with the black women that actually like black men, but they realize that a lot of black men don't want to date them. Is that, I mean, that would make sense, to be honest with you, in some cases. And they would swear up and down that it's not a male centeredness with those, but it's like the reason why you even became a lesbian in the first place, or even entertained the thought of being a lesbian, is because your centeredness of not being chosen. And that's crazy. That's a first. I'm not gonna hold you. That's a first.
Types who would, they just wanted
I never
any
really
type
heard
of
that.
cooch. You know what I mean? They wanted any cooch. They would look at any news, any tits. They don't care. Hit you up on Kick or Facebook Messenger, and dudes that would hit me up just got around, who were just trying to get their dick sucked by anyone. They didn't care. That was hard because I think deep down I knew I wasn't ugly at the time, but I just had to accept that I was being seen as ugly and that I would never be asked.
She was being seen as black. It was predominantly white. I want to make sure that these words are clear. She was being perceived as black, and it was a predominantly white school. I'm not saying that she's not valid in her pain for seeking people that actually want to be with her. I just think that I don't understand why black parents, even if it was one black parent and she probably got some half white, and I don't know, when you raise your kids around them people, you get a lot of this or that Nolan Wells shit, bruh.
Asked to prom. I would never be asked to homecoming. I would never be asked out. I would never be approached publicly because people would get clowned.
Yeah.
Like you get clowned on for associating yourself with me or my friends. And that was sickening to me because it's like, I had a friend group of baddies, okay? We're fucking bad as shit. Like we are, but yet we were being treated that way. We were being seen as ugly or like so embarrassing to be with that you wouldn't even want to be approach me in public.
I will say this, she does, I feel like she has probably had a punk aesthetic, you know what I mean? Like the emo rock type of aesthetic. So maybe that's another part that plays. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like a lot of the emo girls, I know they got the emo Pinterest vibes. A lot of the emo girls did not look like the girls that we see on Pinterest. Let's just keep it a buck, fellas. Let's just keep it a buck. And those were the girls that actually was into anime. You know what? You know what this shit reminds me of? Now that I say that? The emo chick off of Obsession, because she's the same type of vibe. We didn't, like, put it like this. We didn't even know that she was actually into us, because she was always fucking quiet in the corner with fucking a storm around her head, and she didn't say anything. She like, what? What? You feel me? I feel as though that's probably what the type of vibe she was on.
Ask me out or something. And it's crazy because I was so funny. I was always chopping it up with the guys. They thought I was funny. They actually loved me. Like, obviously you're 12, you're 14, you're 16, whatever. This is like stupid. But I missed out on something that I felt like was important to my development sexually, emotionally, and mentally in the sense of like dating and relationships because I went to a predominantly white school.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, when she first started off with sexually, that note let me know where her mind was at. She's trying to get fucked. And listen, I get the aspect of you wanting to find love, but when you started off, that's what you said. You started off with the first thing being sex. Of course, all the other things fall into line, but the first thing was sex. So it would stand to reason that maybe you yourself also didn't really want a relationship with them, but more so the accessibility to them. And I guess she's realizing this now. Maybe she didn't want even to be, it was the aspect of being seen by them. You understand what I mean? Because I just got a feeling that if she was at a black school, she would not be feeling this way towards black men. I don't know. And if you like what you like, you know what I mean? I ain't mad at it. That's all you know ever since you was fucking young, and that's all you fucking know. You know what I mean?
Even the black boys at that time were not checking for black girls. They were only dating white women.
White women, yeah. That
or
makes
Latinas.
sense. That
and
makes
it's
sense.
like, It was just
It was a
foolish.
predominantly
It was
white.
just foolishness. I met this guy on Hinge and we hit it off like pretty instantly. Like we had a lot to talk about. Same thing as always, right? You meet this person and they have all, it's great. It was just like middle school. It was just like how it was in middle school, where this guy and I had this connection and we're chopping it up, we're cracking jokes, we're having a good time. Everything is perfect. Like everything is literally perfect. There's nothing wrong with anything. And everything is great. Like everything was great. We were together for like a year, and I met his family. I went to his Thanksgiving.
White dude?
Everything was great. Like
Is it
truly,
white dude?
everything was great. And I think it was a little too great because this is something I was building to for a long time. Having not had that attention in childhood, having had that situation stolen from me as a child, I started to feel like this guy I had found on Hinge, or this guy I attracted and manifested, was just like the pinnacle. Like I started to feel like I arrived because I finally got with a white man. And let's dig into that a little bit before I continue. So the white man is seen as the epitome of human potential. And there's actually a great quote.
Human? Excuse me? Human potential? She got traces. She got traces of it, and it's still in her body. It's like that fucking the xenomorph blood. She still got traces of that shit in her body.
Quote, an Interview with a Vampire, the AMC series.
Oh, Lestat. Lestat was a. I'm gonna leave it alone. But Interview with the Vampire, the original one, was good. Watch the original movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, I think. Now this new series, I'm not sure. I heard it's good, but they're introducing Queen of the Dam, because I'm not sure if you know, Queen of the Dam actually met Lestat, and they actually did a whole fucking show together or some shit.
The greatest kill for Lestat, who is the vampire, was a young white man, because he was literally like at the pinnacle of human potential. He wasn't held back by racism. He wasn't held back by misogyny. And so if you took his life, it was the most satisfying kill. And this is literally...
The fact that she's quoting fucking Lestat lets me know that she's the queen of the dam. She's the queen of the dam.
What I feel like. This is literally how it feels. It's the most satisfying kill, so to speak, because you've made this man who's on the threshold of power, of opportunity, of privilege, who has the ability to have it all. You able to bag him? You get this big fucking head. You get this big head. You're like, okay, like.
This is why I wanted to watch this shit. Because I do believe that this is conversations that we do need to talk about, specifically people that look like us and that are in predominantly white places and white spaces that also entertain white faces. You like what you like. I get it. It's the mind. It's the process. Why do you like what you like, though? That's all. Why do you like what you like?
I must be hot shit. Now I have the opportunities in life that were stolen from me, or that a black man would never be able to give me. There were situations. There was a very distinct moment
that black man would never be able to give to me. Damn, bro.
Where he and I were sitting in the back of his car, like cuddled up or whatever. And this cop pulls up and he rolls down the window to talk to the cop. And the cop's like, "What are you guys doing back here?" And my boyfriend was just like mouthing off, like white men do to cops, like mouthing off. We're just chilling. Well, we can't sit here. Well, we can't sit here. And eventually he left us alone. But it was just crazy because I knew if I had been with my ex or my other like situationship who was black, it would have been over. It would have been over. And like, that was very early.
She just showed a scene out of Crash. And if you know what happened in Crash, the movie, the damn cop fondled the woman and he was originally arresting the man. And the woman was like, "Bruh, you couldn't fucking defend me. You couldn't fucking, like, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. And you watched him actually go about fondling me. And you stayed subservient and didn't do nothing." And that's a real thing. That's a real thing that I can see why black women may feel this way. That's a real fucking space to be in as a black woman, and to say the pinnacle. And I got this kid. I get it. It's not right, but I understand. It's not right, but I understand.
Early on in our talking stage, something about that just made me feel like, okay, like with this person, the game has changed. The rules have changed. I don't have to be afraid anymore. I don't have to suffer in that same way because I have white privilege now. Like I said, they have the greatest opportunity in life because they don't deal with sexism, they don't deal with racism, and they created the system that we all live in. They get to argue their way out of tickets with cops. They get to go into any room they want to. Everyone will welcome.
She's only saying the quiet part out loud, fellas. I'ma just keep it a buck. She's only saying and ladies and gentlemen of this hue. I appreciate her transparency, to be honest with you. I'ma stop it there. It's halfway through the video. I'ma link the actual video in the comment section. Y'all go watch the rest.
Them with open arms.
Yeah, like she's spitting. She's spitting. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna finish it. I want y'all to go watch the rest of the video on her page. I'm gonna link the video in the actual description. And like that, we gone. Bun. Hey.